Check, 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 check. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Fantastic. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another, well, actually, I shouldn't say another. This is the first 2026 Red Sea live stream. A little weird to say, doesn't it? It was a little bit weird being back here after the way things ended, huh? Feels a little bit weird. There is no camera. Camera would be good, Corbin. Let's do a camera. There's the camera. A little bit off center, but we're getting there. One step at a time. One step at a time. There we go. What's up, Mr. Money Mike Madness? Bama Breaks, Kyle, Meek, how are you? Jackson, how you doing? Jonathan, who bombed both his chem quizzes. Listen, dude, I was not good at chem either. I understand that. Dallas, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Henry, how are you? Bobby, what's going on? Trendy Trends. One of the first people to always watch my videos, so that's pretty impressive. Can't believe this team is bringing Fatsy back. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised that there wasn't at least a bit more of a conversation about it. I'm not totally surprised they stayed with him. I am a little bit surprised that there wasn't more of a intrigue, more of an options put on the table. You know what I mean? Like I'm just surprised there wasn't any interviews or anything. Never lost a debate, Bobby. That's because you don't think you're wrong ever. Let's see, what else do we got? Patrick, how you doing? Peterson, how are you? Mr. Pac-Man, what's going on? Money Mike Madness has been a member here, ladies and gentlemen, for 32 months. Today's your dad's birthday. We're going to have some cake. Be right back. First of all, thank you for being here for 32 months. Secondly, happy birthday to your dad, Mr. Money Mike Madness. By the way, members, we're going to be doing our members only. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, just specifically for members only. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is more than anything a celebration and a thank you to you guys. So we are going to be doing 3 different giveaways tonight. Right? We're doing 3 different giveaways tonight. First one's going to be a Red Seat merch package. You're going to get one of everything. You're going to get a hat, you're going to get a t-shirt, you're going to get a sweatshirt. Second thing we're going to be giving away is some sort of signed merch. You're going to pick your favorite current Red Sox player. I'm going to get you something signed by them. And the third thing we are giving away, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Is a Roman Anthony jersey, baby. Let's go. Giving away a Roman Anthony jersey at the end of stream tonight. It would probably be, I don't know, about an hour and a half. Oops. About an hour and a half-ish. So we'll see how it is, but I needed to thank you guys. I mean, there's not really much in terms of news going on and stuff like that, at least right now. I mean, we're going to go over a couple of things in this video, some predictions, some stuff like that, but this is really just a thank you to you guys. That's all this is, to be honest with you. So we're going to celebrate you guys as much as humanly possible. So Red Seat merch package, a autographed card of one of your favorite players, and a Roman Anthony jersey are going to be given away today in this stream. Raphael, thank you so much for becoming a member of the standing room, man. I really appreciate you. I'm actually going to bring this to the middle. Oops. Here's stream alerts. Let's do it. Let's put it like right here. Which jersey? A Roman Anthony jersey. I actually think only the Roman Anthony home jerseys are available right now. What's up, Speed Racer? Show us proof of the jersey? What do you mean? I don't own the jersey, dude. It's going to go to you. Have I released it? No, they haven't. But if you do win it, maybe we could wait until they do it and give it to you then. I don't care. Whatever you guys want. I like my idea, Bregman at third, Marcelo at shortstop, Story at second base. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, that is the best, at least defensive alignment the Red Sox could possibly have. But we'll see. No, Bobby. Why? What's up, Michaela? Why would I make it more difficult and have 3 people when I could just send it directly to you? What's up, Michaela? All right. Big priorities getting Joe Ryan. I agree. I think that would be in my opinion, the number one move the Red Sox should make. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. I think it's going to be interesting to see sort of what people are worth. Yeah, I saw Hunter Green might be available for trade. The Reds putting him up is weird, man. The Reds putting him up is weird. Because they just made the post. I mean, they got wiped in the postseason, right? But they just made the postseason. See, Believe, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, brother. I appreciate you. Like the fact that they might put Hunter Green is crazy. Like I don't know. Just weird. It looks like they're trading him for they're looking at him for a bat. Here, we're gonna do this. I kind of forgot we can do this now. Oh look, I can look at you guys. All right, let's change this so you guys aren't staring at yourselves. That'd be nice. There we go. Okay, so dude, how old is Hunter Green and how many years of control does he have? He's not a free agent until 2029. They signed the extension with him. He's only 26. I mean, I get he didn't pitch a ton of innings this year, right? I get that. There were some injuries in here, but I mean, a 328 FIP, you got a less than 1 WHIP, which is incredibly impressive. The walk rate to me is unbelievably impressive, right? There was a bit of a home run issue, but he also pitched at Great American. Is that what it is now? Great American? I don't know. Either way, right? So maybe that has something to do with it. It's 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. ERA plus a 166. Like, dude, look at this. Look what he did between the oops. Look what he did here. I mean, 19 batters led all Major League Baseball in hit by pitches last year. He had a balk last year. He only had 2 guys and didn't have a single balk this year. 5 wild pitches the entire year. Like, this is a dog. So what are we doing? What are we doing if you're the Reds putting this guy up? Like, what's the reasoning for that? Duran and Abreu for Green and sign Schwarber. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't understand why every team doesn't just hoard their halfway decent pitchers. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is the innings, right? I mean, that's the one thing where you sit there and you're like, I don't know. But the other thing is, too, you sit here, and we had the same conversation with Crochet coming into last year, right? Hey, Austin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Right? Like you sit here, and we had the same, like we sat here and we said, man, the stats look really good. The stuff looks really good. Like he's clearly, his stuff projects the top pitcher in the game, but he's never pitched beyond blank amount of innings before. And then Crochet came in this year and he pitched more innings than anyone else in Major League Baseball. So I don't know, right? The question is, what would the Reds even want? Like, what would that even look like? I feel like I'm gonna do a video on this probably tomorrow. So I don't want to get too in the weeds with it, but let's just because we're live right now. It's always some sort of. I'm terrible at typing, by the way. I'm very glad I did like this and not a blog. I feel like, I have to pay for this, don't I now? All right, well, we'll do it for tomorrow's video, but it's just surprising to me that Hunter Green got put up like that. I don't really get that all that much, to be honest with you, but whatever. If he's on the market, that absolutely is a guy that I sit here and say, yes, the Red Sox should try and get that guy. I don't know. I don't know what this would. I don't know what the package would look like. It's going to be huge, but so what, you need to give something to get something a top 5 arm. Dude, I don't know if I trade Meyer. I just like Meyer too much. That's a personal thing, I think, more than a. What's up, Dennis? I think that's honestly more of a personal thing than it is a baseball sense thing. Yeet, welcome in, man. We'll try and make your day better. So instead of Yankees getting Paul Skeens, why don't we go and get him instead of the Yankees? Because the Pirates, the New York Yankees don't have, to be honest with you, a talent pool to go and get Paul Skeens unless they want to give up legitimate Major League talent. Right? I said the same thing. No, I actually said I would be all right trading Teal. Like I wasn't too upset with it at the time. I don't think. But like it really is a personal thing with me and Marcelo. Like I think that dude's just gonna be a stud. I don't want him to leave. 3 season-ending wrist sprains and like 3 season-ending injuries. No, that's not true. He only had the wrist thing twice, and he actually got it fixed surgically this year, so shouldn't be a problem going forward. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that there aren't injury concerns with Meyer, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like if he got traded, I would be the most shocked in the world. But my personal opinion is I just think the guy's gonna be a stud. To move on, Duran and Abreu has to stabilize himself next season. No, I do think there's a legitimate amount of I do think there's a legitimate amount of value for Wilyer Abreu, especially if it can't be a stud if you can't get on the field. Michaela, how much more do you want me to tell you about Meyer? I still think Costas could be a stud. He just hasn't stayed healthy. Like, what do you want me to do about that, Bobby? Yeah, I think Duran, I think, still has value. It's just not what it would have been, and I get that. But Abreu, I mean, there's a chance this dude ends up with 2 Gold Gloves twice in a year, and he hit over 20 home runs by missing what, a full month of the season. He almost hit 30, right? So there's definitely value there with Duran for sure. Or I'm sorry, with Wilyer for sure. Campbell and left, Roman and right. I am curious to see if that becomes a bit of a conversation this offseason. I feel like it's going to be, right? One of those having a conversation about, do you move both Duran and Wilyer and put Roman and Christian Campbell out there full time? Although the problem with that, and you sit here and you're like, okay, well, he's an athletic dude and he's a solid outfielder. Is he good enough to man right field the whole time, right? Because Roman was a plus outfielder. I think almost exclusively, right? And he played pretty significantly, right? And he played almost exclusively in right field for the Red Sox. But let me see what his. Yeah, I mean he was a solid defender for sure. The arm strength, the arm value do make me a little bit nervous, dude. Dude, Roman Anthony is such a freak. Look at this, dude. The only thing that's significantly below is like whiff and K rate, but whatever, dude. You're top of the league in chase, top of the league in walks, bat speed, sweet spot contact, hard hit, barrel, exit velocity, expected slugging, expecting average, batting average, ex WOBA. Like, you're sitting here and you're like, dude, this guy's gonna be and he's doing this at what, 21 years old? Jesus Christ. I mean, ridiculous. Anyways, back to the outfield conversation. Like, are you comfortable enough for a full year putting Roman Anthony in right field? Like, Fenway's right field is so much different. Like, look at how much bigger that is, dude. Look how much ground he's got to cover, right? It's like I mean, Sedan is obviously going to cut into here a little bit, but you got like this corner, you got all, you know what I mean? Like, it's a difficult outfield to man. I don't know that I'd be comfortable with Christian Campbell out there, but I don't know. I think Roman can figure out left for sure. I just worry about both of them being out there. Andy looks mid in the outfield. Is there any way you can move him to DH? Michaela, dude, literally look at his metrics. Like, what metric do you want me to pull up? How does he look meh in the outfield? Outs above average. He's well above average, which means if you compare him to the meh players in baseball, he's a better player than the meh players in baseball. You look at defensive runs saved. He had, 7 this year? The average in Major League Baseball is 0. So I don't know about that. I don't know about saying he needs to be a DH. You know what that is? That's Tony Maserati. You know what I'm talking about. Tony Maz sitting there saying that. Naylor would be sick. Naylor's an interesting conversation. Josh Naylor worries me, and it's for this specific reason. Let me see the splits. thought he was playing for a different team. Didn't he go to... I thought he went to Seattle. Yeah, okay. They just haven't changed his... No, it wasn't his splits. What was his overlay over something? I can't remember. I saw a statistic a little bit ago talking about like what Josh Naylor would look like in a Red Sox uniform, like at Fenway for 81 games. Is he a free agent? Sure is a free agent. I don't know. Like you look at some of this and it's like, I mean, he doesn't strike out a lot, which would be huge. Plus defender. You could definitely use a plus defender at first base for sure. I don't care at all about his sprint speed, like not one bit. Like I truly do not care about that. Like some of this stuff's a little bit worrying, right? He's not a huge velocity guy. Like he's not gonna hit. I mean, 89 off the bat. He is also pull power, which would go down quite a bit at Fenway. Like some of these wouldn't get out at Fenway. And some of these doubles would also be caught probably at Fenway. But I don't know. Yeah, I think he's a decent option. I wouldn't hate Josh Naylor. How far along? Casas, when healthy, is better than Naylor. True, but we got to figure out if he's healthy. What's up, Maddie? Hey, Emmett, thank you so much. And speaking of 20,000 subscribers, Bobby tells me not to get triggered, but got so mad over how I talked about Tony Maz. That's crazy. Oh, man. The word triggered is also wild. It's also wild. Up the middle, more important, Corbin, 40 this season. What do you mean? How do we do the giveaway? Josh walks a pretty decent amount. I mean, he walked around league average. If you're not striking out, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Versus with 31 months. Give me Murakami. I bet we don't, but I'm so high on him. I should be the DH. I'm in. First of all, Versilli, thank you for being here for 31 months. Secondly, man, I appreciate you. Thirdly, yeah, I like Murakami. Murakami absolutely should be on the Red Sox radar. Should be. All right. Murakami's a lefty. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time for our first giveaway. Our first giveaway of the night. We are starting with. Where is this? I'm actually going to pull you guys up. Boom. I'm going to pull you guys up. We're typing in a keyword here. First giveaway item is going to be one piece of every single Red Sox merch. So we got Red Seat merch. Sorry. We've got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got t-shirts. You're getting one of everything. A hat, a sweatshirt, and a t-shirt. Your choice as to what they are. All up to you. And we're going to be doing that right here, right now. Let me put in a keyword. Yeah, everyone can win it. Keyword is merch. Unique winners. No luck modifiers. Keeping everyone the same. All right. All you have to do is type merch. That's it. All you have to do is type merch. That's all you got to do. And you will win yourself one piece of a hat, sweatshirt, and t-shirt. All going to you. Oh, yeah. You only have to type it once. Sorry. Typing it more than once doesn't do anything for you. All you got to do is type it one singular time, and you're good to go. You will be entered. And then, again, you guys know the drill, right? I'll put my email up on the screen. You need to email me. Address and size, and I will get these out to you. But we got to pick a winner first. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to enter. Obviously, again, keyword merch if you just dropped in. We're giving away Red Seat hat, shirt, and sweatshirt. To one person's getting a full package. Hashira Henry. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you here. Just a reminder that members are getting a members-only live stream tomorrow night where we're doing basically the exact same thing. We're giving away more stuff to celebrate 20K. Bobby doesn't want it. All right, brother. Where are you? There you go. Doesn't want it, doesn't need it. Patrick, guys, if you don't want it, just don't enter it. You don't want it either? Okay. There you go. Contracts will be interesting considering a potential work stoppage. Yeah, I think it's going to affect a lot of people walking out. All right, let's choose a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm going to keep it on screen because some of you guys get a little iffy about it. Here we go. Meek, congratulations, Meek. Are you in here? Where are you, Meek? I know you're here somewhere. Yes, he is here. Let's go, Meek. Congratulations. Hey, thank you, baseball. I appreciate you. All right, Meek. So here's what you got to do. Is this it right here? Yes. This is what I need from you. Email this right here. And exactly that to Red Sea Radio, and I will get all those items out to you. Congratulations. We get some claps at you for Meek. Again, we got 2 more giveaways to give away tonight. One is going to be a signed item from your favorite player currently on the Boston Red Sox. And then finally, the last thing we are giving away tonight to celebrate 20,000 subscribers is a Roman Anthony Red Sox jersey. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of the stream, and we will get those out to you. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a ton of fun. What's up, Jay? Sure, you got is nice. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'm so happy for you guys. Just join the stream. Is it spring training yet? No. Dude, I've been sitting here. I was sitting here for like the last week. Can I see the email again? Sure. Sound a little sick? Yeah, I've been sick for like 2 weeks, dude. It's been miserable. The last like week, I've been trying to figure out new hobbies. I even tweeted it out. What hobby should I do? And I got some good responses, some crazy responses. Where the shorts at, bro? Listen, it's the off season. We're good with the good luck stuff. Did I know Marcel was a Yankee fan? Yeah, whatever. So was Schlittler was a Red Sox fan, and he shoved it down our throats. Do we really have a logjam in the outfield? We only have 4. LOL. If one guy goes down, who's your option? And no, please don't say Ref Snyder. What's your problem with Ref Snyder? He's really good this year. Yeah, you've got Yostinson Garcia, you've got Christian Campbell, you've got Nick Sogard, who can all play the outfield. You've got Masatagi Yoshida, who can play the outfield. Then you've got, obviously, Duran, Wilyer Abreu, Cedon Rafaela, Roman Anthony. That's what, 9 guys? Take your pick. Eaton, great point. Eaton can play the outfield, too. Forgot about him. Yeah, what do we got against Rob Refsnyder? Like, of all people, of all people, Duran for Quan. I don't think that's gonna happen. What's up, Cart? Think they keep Hicks? I do think they hold on to Hicks. Unfortunately, I like if they didn't get rid of him this season. If they didn't get rid of him this season, there's no way they're not getting rid of him next season. Do we not think Ref is retiring? I personally think Ref Snyder's retiring. Yeah. He said it a couple of times this season. Like, he was like, dude, my body just hurts. Who would I give up for a year of Scooble? Oof. It would, dude. I'd give up a lot, I think, but 1 year is tough because I don't think Detroit trades him, man. I really don't think Detroit trades him. You're worried that Duran is some of the lowest value out of our outfielders? No, I actually think Duran's got decent value still. I mean, he's under arbitration for at least this year and next year, right? So you got 2 years of him. I think I could be wrong. This isn't Duran's. I don't think this is Duran's last year before he's a free agent. Yeah. So you've got a few years. He's not a free agent until 2029. So you've got what? 26, 27, 28. So you've got 3 years of control over him, right? So you got to remember 3 years of control over him. This is technically one of his prime seasons, right? It'll be this year and the next year are two of his prime seasons. Like to me, there's absolutely a reason why teams would want to sit here and say, I am not showing you this, am I? I am not. Kahoot. Like, there's definitely still some value here. Like, the batting value is positive. Like all of this was positive. I mean, there's stuff in here where you sit there and you're like, I mean, you compare it to 24, and there was definitely a decrease, right? Like, everything kind of went down a bit. Some stuff went up. He was hitting the ball harder than he was last year. But, like, a lot of it went down, which for sure, but the speed makes up for it, right? And if you got him for 3 years under team control, where you're not going to be paying him more than, like, probably, I think even at his max, like $20 million before he hits free agency, yeah, there are definitely teams out there. Like, the Padres have wanted Jarren Duran for years now, and I still think they could go after a guy like Jarren Duran. I don't think personally the Padres have much to offer right now in terms of like a package that would be like, okay, yeah, that's worth Duran. But I think there are going to be teams out there for sure. Also, that's wild that his arm value was 93. I didn't think he had like a great year in the outfield, like throwing wise this year, but whatever. Like last year, I think you look at last year and you're like, can you get that, right? Where you're top of the league and a valuable player, you're top of the league in. I don't know, but yeah, there's definitely value here when you're looking at Duran. You're saying, okay, like, can we get that, right? I don't think he has bad trade value, but I worry other teams are going to want our other outfielders to part. Oh yeah, for sure. I think you sit there with Wilyer Abreu. I think is a guy that. Like if I'm looking for major league talent from the Red Sox, I mean, your first question is going to be, what is it going to take to get us Roman Anthony, right? And the Red Sox are going to laugh you off the phone, and then you're going to go, okay, man, like obviously you're not going to give up Roman. I get that. Could we have a conversation about Wilyer Abreu? Right now, I think my reasoning for Wilyer Abreu is one, you get a little bit more power, right? You get a little bit more walks. He hits the ball a bit harder. He's obviously a much better fielder than Jarren Duran. He just doesn't have the speed. And I think Jarren Duran made a lot of noise with his speed over the last couple of years. And that's a great asset, don't get me wrong. But if I'm looking at this guy, I'm saying, well, this guy's under control for what? 4 more years. He's 26, which is 3 years younger. He's about to enter the prime of his career. You want, I don't know, again, Joe Ryan, Hunter Green, whoever you're looking to trade for here, maybe one of the other Reds pitchers or whatever, maybe Jared Jones or the Pirates or whoever, and they're looking for major league talent. This is the guy I'm talking to right away, right? This is at least the name I'm putting out if I'm an opposing GM because of what he did, even in games this year and last year. Like, you look at it, and since coming to the league, he's been a 780 OPS player with Gold Glove defense. Like, that's valuable, right? And I get it, you're hot and cold all the time, but I mean, again, you hit 22 home runs this year, right? You had a lot of contact this season. So personally, I think it's Wilyer and then Duran and then Cedon in terms of value in the outfield right now, right? Meek, I did get your email, yes. Sorry, I should have said that when I got it. Roman for Paul Skeens, yeah, that's not going to happen. Think Bregman is gone? No. I think Bregman does come back. And I said it today. I think a lot of people's immediate reactions, especially, I don't know if it's older fans or what, but they go, I'm not paying Alex Bregman $40 million for the next 5 years. It's like, well, yeah, you don't have to, right? Alex Bregman's not opting out of his contract because he thinks he's going to get $40 million a year for the next 5 seasons, right? He's 1 second, Bay Sox. I promise I'm going to get to that. Thank you very much. He's opting out to get insurance, right? You look at, especially with the situation with the CBA, a lot of these players are most likely, I think, at some point going to get desperate and take a little bit lower AAV to be able to have that security for 5, 6, 4 years, whatever. All right, Bay Sox, $5 super chat. Fire Pete Fatsy. A little late for that. Looks like he's coming back, but I appreciate your $5, man. Thank you so much. And then King, you changed your picture up a little bit, so it threw me off for like two live streams where I was like, I know a King. This isn't the King. But King for 24 months, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2 years as a member on this channel. Thank you so much. He said, Bregman is a must in my opinion. I agree. Right, I agree. Merrill Kelly, Shane Bieber, Dylan Cease, Zach Gallen, Joe Ryan. What is this? Just a list of players you want? Yes, it's not Liverpool, it's you. I know, dude. It threw me off so badly the first time I saw it. Those are some options for a number 2 starter. Okay, so let's take a look at your list, Johnny. Merrill Kelly, to me, not a number 2 starter, right? I wanted this, and I said this in my video, right? I wanted this guy at the deadline this season because he brought stability to a rotation. I still think he could bring some stability to the rotation, but for the Red Sox, I don't know that at the deadline you were looking for stability. You know, a lot of your number 5s have gotten hurt. Walker Buehler was buns. Right, you need somebody to stabilize the back end of that rotation. Merrill Kelly could do that. I don't know if the Red Sox need that right now. Right, they need a number 2. Shane Bieber, I agree, could be a number 2. Dylan Cease, I agree, could be a number 2. Zach Gallen, little bit risky to me. If the Red Sox want to take a chance on him, I do trust the Red Sox pitching regime. Right, I think they've done enough positives. But I'm a little bit worried about going out and getting Gallen over a lot of these other guys. Joe Ryan, I would agree, has the potential to be a 2, right? He's still so young. I think people forget that. The Red Sox have a lot of young talent under control. This is attractive for most teams. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of conversations. Didn't I say Bale is becoming a number 2? Yeah, and I still thought for 90% of the year, 95% of the year, Brian Bayo pitched like a number 2 weapon. But, hey, Jay, thanks for being here. Right, I still think Bayo should be a number 2 pitcher in Major League Baseball, but I don't know that you could sit there with what he did in September, which, you know, is 10% of the season, but is still an important part of the year, and say, yeah, that's going to be the guy that we rely on for the next stretch, right? I don't know. Yeah, but Bobby, you're forgetting the fact that Duran has less years of control and is older. Those are 2 huge things when it comes to the value of a player. Does Houck have any type of value? None at all. How was Buehler with Philly? I think he was pretty good. Freddie Peralta. So I keep seeing Freddie Peralta. I don't know. I don't know that Peralta is going to be available. Maybe. I don't know. If we sign Pete Alonso, the Japanese guy, and get Joe Ryan, someone else, that would be a great offseason. You're definitely not getting Pete Alonso and Murakami. Because they both play, I don't think teams are going to sign Murakami to be a third baseman. I don't think so. How old is Bieber? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think, Brewers will definitely pick up his option for sure. Bieber's only 30. Not exactly the greatest statistics in the world, but he did also, what did he pitch? He only pitched 7 games this year, right? It was a 3.57 ERA, 102 whip to me is pretty good. Like, I look at some of the stuff that he's using here, and it's like, I could see the Red Sox looking at some of this and being like this slider kind of sat pretty flat, huh? 1.2 inches break. Although I don't know. But you look at some of this, and it's like these are pitches that the Red Sox love guys with, right? I mean, if you have a solid four seam, established four seam, and then you can tinker with the slider curve and change a little bit. Red Sox are pretty good at doing that. I like Bieber a lot, but I don't know if this would be like okay, this is the guy we're adding the rotation. We're good. You know what I mean? Like that to me is an interesting one, but we'll kind of see, where Bieber ends up or what kind of contract he starts getting. Again, I think that I don't know. What's up, Aiden? Do the Red Sox do more talking with no action? No. I think he does something, man. A lot of people will say that a lot of people say that Breslow, like, indecisiveness is definitely something we need to talk about, but that's more of a deadline thing, right? I think last offseason, Breslow proved he could be pretty decisive, right? I'm underrating Duran trade value. All right, Bobby. Brother wants to never lose a debate. Let's see what the actual site that categorizes values of players says about the difference between Wilyer Abreu and Jarren Duran. Let's see. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. I don't know. But I'm sick of you insulting me, so here we go. I had to pick a team, huh? Let me see. Looks like Wilyer Abreu's going to the Angels for this hypothetical. Yeah, Duran does have more trade value on here. So you're probably not totally wrong. So yeah, Duran has more trade value. I get that. Because again, like I said, right, there's reasons why teams would want Jarren Duran. I'm just saying, me personally, if I was the GM of the team, I think I still go Wilyer Abreu over Jarren Duran. It's because he's younger, and it's because he's better defensively with more control over him. So he's got longer time to grow into things. So yes, value-wise, again, like I said, there's still value with Jarren Duran. It's a personal preference. 72 is pretty good. Yeah, I agree. There's more upside on Abreu. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that too. You prefer Duran? I mean, yeah, you could prefer whoever. Again, like I said, yes, I understand why Duran has trade value, right? We had the whole conversation about it. Do I keep Duran or keep Wilyer? In my opinion, I keep Wilyer. Wilyer for Christian Vasquez still blows my mind. It is kind of crazy. Like a potential trade for Joe Ryan. I mean, we could look at it a little bit. My problem with Joe Ryan is that at the deadline, it felt like the Red Sox were like the only team that was in a good enough position to go and get him right now. During the offseason, a lot more teams. Let's go to the top here. Joe Ryan's at 47. I personally think that's a little low, but what do I know? So according to this, you could do Marcelo Meyer for him straight up. I personally don't know if you could do that. I mean, you could do like Christian Campbell, Wilyer. It's going to take one of these guys, I think. Obviously, these three, maybe Duran. But I don't know. Maybe you do trade Duran. I don't know. We'll see. Availability high for Garrett Crochet is wild. Imagine they traded Crochet this offseason. Oh, my God. These at least these two, you definitely aren't moving on from. I don't see them moving on from, say, Don Rafaela. I just don't see it. Maybe, right? I don't know. Maybe. I don't personally see it. Wilyer, I could see them moving on from. Duran, I could see them moving on from. Campbell, I could see them moving on from. Arias, I don't think so. I mean, he was solid in minor league baseball this year. What's going to be interesting is a lot of this pitching depth. I mean, you look at this, right? It's like Kyson Witherspoon, you just drafted. You got Tolle, you got Pareles, you got Early, you got Valera, you've got Brandon Clark. I think Brandon Clark's a big name to pay attention to this offseason in terms of maybe not centerpiece of a deal, but like trying to get matched value without giving up, one of these names. Yeah. Like I wonder if you could do something like this. Again, they were asking for Tolle and Garcia at the deadline, and Red Sox didn't want to give that up. But now that you're in the offseason, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, you're in this area here. I mean, Dobbins, I don't think you put in the same category as potential-wise as a Conley Early, Pareles, or Tolle, or even a Clark, but, he had a really good season. Like, you sit here with these guys, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I think Cutter's going to be back next year. Depends on how fast Kyson Witherspoon goes up. Like, is he going to be a Tolle too? I mean, you're looking at 5 guys for the back end of this rotation right now. So does the conversation change? All of a sudden, Tolle's available this offseason. Like, does that get it done? I mean, you're trading away, what? Your number 1 prospect, right? Tolle. Your number 3 or 4 prospect in Justinson Garcia, and then a top 10, 15 prospect in Brandon Clark. Like, that's a lot to give away, but is that groundbreaking for the Red Sox? I don't think so. Like, Tolle would suck, but at some point you gotta do something here. Pitching depth's way more important. Yeah, I think pitching depth is important, but again, I just mentioned it. You've got a lot of it. I don't think you do Clark and Tolle. That might be true. That might be true. I mean, it would make sense, right? You don't want to give up 2 of these guys. I'd imagine they'd hold on to Tolle over them holding on to Clark. So if you're not going to do Tolle, does it become like a Yoelin Cespedes? And I don't know that Dorian Soto was the guy. I mean, he had a rough year this year, but that was a big name they signed. Although he's a ways away. Again, you got to weigh it. Like, do you go this way and do something like this and overpay? I mean, again, I think it's going to take a pretty decent chunk here. I don't even know if this gets it done in the real world. But, like, is this then something you want to do? Like, I sit here, and I'm at the point now, like, over the last couple of years, here, I have been pretty cautious with, like, okay, who are you giving up? At this point, I think you sit here and you say, look, right? I think you sit here and you say, look, whatever gets you to the point where you are winning baseball games, you got to take it, right? You got to take it. Trade Casas for what, James? This isn't like no one's going to want him. Marcelo might be the autograph you pick. Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing too, Dallas. Absolutely. But a lot of these guys are close to Major League ready, right? Or at least 2 of these guys are. I shouldn't say a lot of these guys. Clark, I think, could be in the majors by the end of next season. And then Justinson, you could probably start opening day if you really wanted to. This isn't MLB The Show. I don't know how I could explain this a little bit more, Okay, hear me out. It's very hypothetical, but can you make a trade up that would actually convince you to trade Anthony away? There really genuinely isn't a trade I would do, I think. I agree, Daryl. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is this is just a value matcher, right? I think in the real world, it's going to be a more interesting conversation. Ohtani? I don't think I would trade Roman Anthony for Judge, no. Where is Luis Guerrero? I don't know where Luis Guerrero is. Do Kyson Witherspoon or Brandon Clark? One of them I think absolutely does, yeah. My opinion, Brandon Clark is definitely way more. This is Aaron Judge we're talking about? Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. I get nervous a little bit with Aaron Judge. I don't know, man. I also feel like that would be like, I don't know. There's just part of me that would be like, that would be such a big jinx. Is like the Red Sox would trade Aaron Judge for Roman Anthony, and then Aaron Judge would get hurt, and Roman Anthony would become like Aaron Judge 2.0. You know what I mean? Plus, this would never happen in real life. What is Otani's we get an aging Mookie. Mookie's having a pretty good wow, he only 6.2 million in value on this. I guess that makes sense. He didn't exactly have a great year, right? He's on the tail end of his contract, or on the prime of his career, I guess. Do we think Shohei's going to be this good into like his mid to late 30s? I think he's going to be just as good. There are a lot of people who have been debating that lately, but get Mookie back. Mookie for Roman Anthony. Yeah, Mookie's still a dog. I think Mookie makes it to 40. Yeah, that'd be sick. I would love to see Shohei Ohtani just absolutely obliterate people into his 40s. That'd be sick. It'll be a ton of fun. Is it possible for Mike Trout or Judge to be traded in general? No, I don't think so. Like Mike Trout would have been traded longer ago. Story's almost equal to bets past season, in your opinion? I don't know. How do I think the lockout plays out? ESPN had an interesting article a couple of days ago talking about the Brewers-Dodgers playoff series. And what they talked about was how big of an implication it's going to have. Because the big thing that's going to be the problem is the salary cap, right? Owners want a salary cap, players don't. There's going to be debates between both sides, which it feels like is what's going to cause next year's lockout. Now, you sit here with it, and they were talking about the idea of if the Dodgers go in here and they steamroll the Brewers, right? What is it? It's just 1-0 right now, right? I don't think it's 2-0 already, right? It's not 2-0 already. No. So it's 1-0. Okay, so they play at 8 today. So what ESPN was talking about is if the Dodgers go in here and steamroll, the owners are going to have a legitimate argument. They're going to have a legitimate argument where they could sit there and they're going to say, look at this, right? This is a team that in the Brewers who put together strategically, who put together efficiently, who put themselves together, doing it the way that owners believe should be the way that they play, right? But look at the Dodgers. All they did was spend, billions of dollars, and they just steamrolled them. We can't have this, right? A small market team can't have this. That's going to be their argument. But if the Brewers win, now the Players Association has, which is kind of a weird sort of double-edged sword for the Players Union, because they're arguing that small market teams can pay their players very little and still win postseasons, right? Thank you so much, Church. I appreciate it. So to me, that's how I think this plays out, is that eventually it's going to come to a head. And you're going to have to sit here and you're going to have to, players and owners are going to have to figure it out. And one of them blinks first. I mean, the one that, like, what was that? 2020 going into 22, right? Because that's when they signed Story. Yeah, I think it was going into 22 was the lockout. But, like, we sat there with the lockout. Daryl, that was unbelievably racist for no reason. But we sat there with the lockout, and everyone was saying they're going to miss games, they're going to miss games, they're going to miss games. And then they didn't miss any games. They just had a shortened spring training. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with it. It's all panic until there's actually something going on, Like everyone's going to sit here and they're going to say it's the end of the world's collapsing, the sky's falling, and then when the sky doesn't fall, it doesn't fall. You know what I mean? The following. So it'll be the end of 2026. If the Sox get Pete Alonso, given the injury to Casas, does anyone think a DH role for Casas could work? Yeah, I think, yeah, DH makes a lot of sense for Tristan, actually. Right? Like, yeah, I think you put Alonso at DH, you put Casas at first base, or swap him. I think you're in a good spot. But any Casas conversation right now, to me right now, I'm if I'm Craig Breslow, I'm going about this offseason. Assuming Tristan Casas won't be at first base, because you just don't know. You just don't know whether or not he's going to be here. And I think that's absolutely the biggest thing. Guy's a better defender. Again, like first base, first base is tough, but I don't know. Like, I think you're just gonna have to prove, you just like Costas to prove that he can get healthy first, right? I think that's the answer. He just has to prove he can get healthy. I think there's some recency bias going on with that, Daryl. It was just a weird message, I think. Cabrelli's make the majors this year? 100,000%, yes. I could see, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. The pitching's gonna be so interesting for the Red Sox because they have so much talent. But like they like I said in the video today, it's all improvement, right? I mean, Tolley, Conley, Harrison, Pareles, Dobbins, potentially Fitz. I mean, Fitz would be like 6. Yeah, I think it was misworded, Daryl. I don't know if you meant anything by it, but I like to me, to sit here as a Red Sox fan, and I see this a lot, right? Oh, you've had bad luck with the Asian market, so stop going to the Asian market. That's like saying you had bad luck with Pablo Sandoval, so the Red Sox should never sign a third baseman again. Or you had bad luck with Carl Crawford, so the Red Sox should never sign an outfielder again. Or you had bad luck with Rusney Castillo, so you should never sign an international free agent again, right? Like that sounds ridiculous. When I say that, you go, Corbin, what? Right? It's the same thing. You're looking across, and the Japanese league has so much incredible talent. I mean, it's taken over a lot of these teams in Major League Baseball. Not a lot, but these players are becoming superstars. I mean, Seiya Suzuki has been a dog for the last 3 years, and no one's really talking about it, but he's been a dog. I mean, look at what the Dodgers got going on, right? You got Yamamoto, who was a dog this year. Shohei Ohtani's the greatest baseball player we've ever seen with our own 2 eyes, unless you want to have a conversation about him or Bonds. But that's about it, right? But Bonds wasn't out there pitching to a sub-4 ERA. Right, so you got those 3 guys. You got Senga when he's healthy. He's been a dog. Right, to sit here and say, yeah, Masataka Yoshida hasn't totally worked out, so we should never sign another Asian player again. I don't want him. To me, is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Right? I don't know. Like, Imanaga, that's a great answer, right? Sasaki, yeah. I think Sasaki's absolutely a part of that. You're here now, you can start? Okay. Is totally untouchable in trade? I don't think so. Kang, to be honest with you, Nick, you keep putting Kang in there. I don't know much about him. If you give him to me, I'll research him, and if I like him, I'll make a video about it. Yeah, I already talked about Seiya Suzuki. Like, yeah, Jung-Hoo Lee. He's not exactly. He came from Korean Baseball League, but it's sort of the similar kind of conversation here, right? So to sit here and be like, yeah, one guy didn't work out. Murakami has not been great lately. Brother, he hit 22 home runs in 56 games. What do you mean he wasn't too great? like, yes, I understand that I understand that the strikeout rate has gone up a little bit, right? Like, yeah, okay. It actually went down from last year, but he's still out of over 1,000 OPS in his 50s. The only reason he's been bad lately is because he was injured, right? I mean, his last 2 seasons, like, these were down years for Murakami. He still hit 31 and 33 home runs, right? Like, and he stole 10 bags. I don't think people are talking about that either. Like, a big dude who can hit the ball way out of the yard who also give you 10 bags. Like, I get it, yes. Strikeout rate's an absolute concern, for sure. Understandably concerned, right? What is that going to look like in Major League Baseball? 100%. We also have a few seasons here, and I misspoke in my video, and people like got on me because there was 31 here. But you look at this, since like 3 years here, it's 22, 21, 20% strikeout rate, right? Even if that's what you get with Murakami here, that's I mean, it's not league average, still above league average, but you're still getting a guy who's going to walk. Like, he's going to take his walks here. He's going to hit the ball really, really hard, really, really far. He's only 25 years old. Like, people saying no to this guy just simply because, hey, man, for a couple of years, he's had a lot of strikeouts. Like, I get and I said in my video, right? The Red Sox have had a huge issue with strikeouts for years now. But to totally write this guy off, to say, no, I'm good, thank you very much, to me, I just think isn't doing your due diligence, right? Is there a way that the Red Sox can work with this guy to say, look, give him to Alex Bregman. Resign Alex Bregman, bring this guy in. You don't think Alex Bregman can go in there and be like, look, just stop doing this. Right? But these are legit eye-popping numbers. Like, to sit here and say that these aren't eye-popping is crazy. I mean, he literally had a home run every other game this season. So I don't know what you're talking about, like, being a bad. See you, Craig. Thanks for being here. People just don't think it's realistic. That I can understand, right? If you're sitting here saying, I don't think that the Red Sox are going to be able to sign him, I can understand that. The Red Sox haven't exactly had the best luck with legit Japanese. Like yeah, they got Masa, right? But Suzuki turned them down. They had a similar offer to Suzuki. He went to the Cubs. Remember when we thought they were in on Yamamoto and they were like $100 million off? That was tough. Roki Sasaki was like, dude, don't even talk to me. Right. So yeah, I can understand. Right. I can understand that point of view, but there are people who are sitting here saying that, like, I don't want him. Yeah, see, Murakami strikes out so much, even in Japan baseball. I don't know. I'd pass, right? So that's what I'm talking about, right below it, right? Ohtani, yeah. The Red Sox got a meeting with Ohtani. And that was about it. All right, we're an hour into the live stream. It's time to do our next 20,000 subs giveaway. This is a fun one. I'm giving away... And I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna be here and like it's a baseball, it's a jersey, it's a bat, it's a card, whatever, right? Because I gotta figure out what fits into the budget and whatnot. So I'm just gonna say a something signed by your personal favorite current Red Sox player. I'm gonna figure it out. Doesn't matter who it is. We'll figure it out and we'll get it over to you. So let's do that now. Where was that? Here. All right. We are going to change. We're changing this. We're changing this to, ladies and gentlemen, auto. All you have to do is type auto in the chat. All you have to do is type auto in the chat, and you'll be automatically entered to win a signed Jordan Hicks jersey. Yeah, there you go. Everyone thinks they're a comedian when we're doing these, huh? We got auto in the chat from Dennis. Versatility spelling auto like the name. We got AutoZone Auto Parts. This is what I'm talking about. Everyone thinks they're a comedian, huh? You only have to type it once, by the way. If you type it more than once, it does absolutely nothing. You were just a little late, Henry. Yeah, Dan, I kind of figured when you threw in the merch about 10 minutes ago, but... Yeah, you're good, Dan. If you want to get entered into this one, now that you're live, might as well hit it. Why are we talking about Connor Wong? Think you're in? Let's find out, shall we? You are in, my guy. Can you get a free subscription? I don't know if that's how it works. AutoZone or O'Reilly's? Yes, Mike, you're here. I'm an AutoZone guy because he's the OG catcher. Because he's an auto out. That's my guess. All right, let's roll this winner again. Let's see what we got. M-Dubs, are you here? M-Dubs. You've got 1 minute to respond, and we're re-rolling. M-Dubs. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate your winner, M-Dubs. Congratulations, M-Dubs. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. Ignore the bottom of this, but I need you to email... I need you to email my email address right here. I need you to email that with your address, and then instead of size and color, just email me who your favorite player is. Wong had hand surgery? Sure did. It's a Walker Buehler headband. Yeah, you caught me. No matter who you say, I'm going to send you a Walker Buehler headband. That's correct. Or would we be with Chris Sale? I don't know, man. I don't know that Chris Sale would have done the much this year. To be honest with you. M-Dubs, I knew it was going to be Roman Anthony, by the way. I knew there was like a 90% chance it was going to be Roman Anthony. Which is going to be fun for me to find it's going to be fun for me to find that in the budget, but we'll figure it out, my guy. Make sure you get it over to me. I'll just leave this here for a second, chat. Where were we before? Like, what were we talking about before the giveaway? I don't remember. Would I trade Crochet for Yamamoto? No. Let's answer some of these questions, shall we? Do we trade Abreu or Duran? Yeah, personally, I think something's happening. Kang, the Japanese person, that's correct. Thank you, chat. Yeah, I absolutely do not trade Garrett Crochet for Yamamoto. I don't think that's crazy. Okay. Jung Ho Chang, is that what we're talking about? No, former. Oh, this is please forgive me. Bake Ho Kang. This has to be who we're talking about, yeah. First baseman, right fielder, left fielder. All right. From the NPB. This is probably better on Fangraphs, huh? Hold on. Sent the email. Beautiful, M-Dubs. Thank you. I'll make sure you go. I'll let you know when I get it. That way we're on the same page. Okay. Is that who you were talking about? Yeah. Bake Ho Kang. Okay. Let's look into this guy a little bit, huh? Bake. It was hyphenated. There he is. So he is 26 years old, coming over, lefty. Yeah, he's interesting for sure. A little bit of home run pop. Okay. Strikeouts, all right. I mean, he's his best season was probably this one, right? Back in 21, where he had 16 home runs, 103 RBIs though. 60% walked more than he struck out here. 346 average. My concern here would be, okay, so what happened this year that he couldn't replicate in these years, and why is he missing so many games? That would be my thing, right? Especially with the walk rate. I mean, this feels like just an abnormality year. But if you were getting this from first base this entire season, I think the Red Sox are in a much different spot, no? But it'd have to be for an entire season. A lot of doubles. Decent. You must have decent speed, or at least power to the opposite side. Yeah, I just don't know much about him. Like again, I'll look into him. Look at a couple of different scouting pages and sort of see what they think about it. But yeah, this would be. I mean, the contract would be kind of interesting, right? It wouldn't be a super long deal, would it? It'd probably be like a couple years. I wouldn't imagine it'd be like a Jung Hoo Lee, right? Are we gonna be able to see? Let me see. Does it show us his NPB or KBO years? Yes, it does. Yeah. See, the difference here is that Lee was like a dog in the KBO. Like, look at this dude, 24 years old at like 318. You guys might be able to see this. 318, 405 on base percentage, 455 slug. Like, walked double the amount that he struck out. Right, like even this year, he only struck out like 11%, almost walked about, like almost kind of getting close there, right? So I don't know, dude. And this is what this over here translated to 2 in Major League Baseball. So to go back to Baeko Kong, I really hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. You know, this would translate into something similar to that, but this worries me a little bit, right? And I'm curious to see why. And I'm curious to see why, why do you only play 95 games this year, or 71 that year, or 62? Like, this season was a full season, and that was his highest strikeout season. Oh, wait, I guess rookie year, but we won't count the rookie year here. At 18, it's kind of crazy how early these guys get into the professional leagues. But like, this was his last full season, and it was like, it was solid. Don't get me wrong. It was still a 800 OPS, 840 OPS. with a 289 average. If you're getting that out of your first baseman, you're doing something right? But, how is that going to translate over to Major League Baseball? That makes me a little bit nervous. Where are you? What's up, Shane? Too much of a gamble. We could dream of it, but there's no way we pay go anyone. That's just a ridiculous statement, I think. Kang has a lot of injuries, most notably a broken toe before the 2022 season and a torn oblique in 2023. There we go. You're sad Duran won't be on the roster? I don't know about won't be on the roster. All right, Henry, I will see you tomorrow, my friend. Corbin traded for Crochet. What? We should bring back Matz. I don't disagree with that. I would be down to bring back Steven Matz, to be honest with you. Yeah, Oracle, Jung-Hoo Lee ain't it. Dude, I don't know, man. He had a solid year. I think he was solid this year. Joe Ryan for Garcia, Duran, and Arias. I don't know that you'd include Arias if you're giving up Garcia and Duran. I think it would be something like Garcia, Duran, and maybe like a lower level pitching prospect. Oh, I think that's enough to get it done for sure, Dan. I absolutely think the Twins would trade 1 year of Joe Ryan for that for sure. AJ Minter, I was such a big AJ Minter guy. Why would we gamble after Yoshida? Seiya Suzuki, Jun-Hoo Lee, Ohtani. I mean, it's kind of tough to put Ohtani in that class. Yamamoto, Imanaga, Roki Sasaki putting it together a bit. Senga putting it together a bit. I mean, we go back into our own history. Uehara, right? Okajima, right? Does Seattle-Toronto have a chance against the Dodgers? Seattle might, with the pitching that they have. I do, actually. I think so. I think we'd have to give up a ton of prospects for Joe Ryan. I don't think for both. No, I don't think for both. You definitely wouldn't have to give up Bolt totally and early. Definitely not. Ryan for Duran, Dobbins, and Mike Romero. That won't do it. Who could be a pitcher nobody thinks available, but someone picks up? Wow, good question. I'm trying to think of like a contending team that'd be willing to part with somebody. I do think we're going to see the Pirates listen in on a lot of their young Bubba Chandler, Jared Jones. Like I think they will definitely pick up. Like they were picking up the phone for them last year. But I do think they're going to be a lot more open. It's worth the like after Yoshida. Ian Yamamoto is really solid this year. I don't know. Like, dude, this guy isn't worth a damn to you? A 2.49 ERA with a 2.94 FIP? Struck out 10 batters per 9 innings, walked only 3. Now has a 2.53 ERA in 2 postseason games. Like that's not a guy that you're going to sit there and say is worth anything. And then Imanaga came over after what's his face did, right? He had a 3.73 ERA this season. Like you wouldn't want that in the Red Sox rotation? I don't know about you. I mean, he got rocked in the postseason, which sucks. But like regular season wise, he was absolutely worth a damn this year. Who else signed after Yoshida? How did Sasaki? This one I'm not gonna like. I'm not saying that Roku Sasaki had a great year, but I am just curious as to. Hey, he looks good in the postseason. Look at that, 150 ERA. Hell yeah, this dude's gonna figure it out next year, and he's gonna be one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball. I firmly believe that. Man, the Red Sox just lost their scouting director. Actually, let's pull it up. Multiple sources confirm the report the Red Sox director of amateur scouting, Devin Pearson, is joining Paul Tobani. Man, another guy that they lost with the Nationals as assistant GM. That sucks. Pearson led the Red Sox draft room for the last 3 years. So in that let's go and take a look at the Red Sox draft these last 3 seasons. Draft history. Let's go. All right, so we don't know about these guys yet, right? But 24. I mean, Braden Montgomery got you. Why am I blanking? Crochet. Peyton Tolley, one of the best pitching prospects in baseball right now. Brandon Clark, who a lot of people really like. I mean, there is a lot of talent in this one. 23, Kyle Teal, Nazan, and they had a tough year this year. Antonio also, this one, I mean Christian Campbell, right? Conley Early. Oof. The Red Sox have had some great drafts lately. To lose that guy is in. Oh, here you go. It's right up here. I'm an idiot. Nelly Taylor was in this draft. This is a tough loss for the Sox a little bit, huh? Like, these are some dogs in here in 23 too. Interesting. He's going with Paul Tobani, who took over for the Nationals. So we'll see. Dodgers starting rotation's too nasty. I agree. They're probably going to win it, but I do think the Brewers, or I do think the Mariners have a chance here. Pirates should overpay for Abreu. They need him. The Sox need Pirates pitching. Pirates are definitely not going to overpay for anybody. Paul Skeens for Tolley, Clark, Garcia, Duran. I don't know that does anything. He didn't pitch well, though? Who? That doesn't get it done? No, it absolutely does not. Could I give away a book? I don't know, Mike. Leave it up to chat. Chat, what do you want? How did I miss... Chat, how did you let me miss Bay Sox Bomb's $5 super chat? When did this happen? Bold prediction, Tolley breaks out and becomes a number 2 in the rotation. Chat, who are you in here? Bay Sox, are you in here? Bay Sox, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to miss that. I feel terrible. I feel horrible. I'm so sorry. Mariners statistically are winning the World Series. Yeah. Corbin will come out with a book during... Dude, if you guys want me to give it... What would my book even be on? Crochet for Skeens, who said no? Yeah, the answer is Daryl, who says that Crochet's making too much money. If Peyton Tolley figures out his secondaries, he absolutely could be a number 2 by the end of the season, but... How many games did I go to this year, Corbin? Any stories? I didn't really have any great... I will say I was at 2 walk-offs this year. I went to about 12 games this season. There were some cool ones in there. The one against Kershaw and the Dodgers, it was Kershaw Crochet. That was a sweet game. I was sitting... I don't know. Did I not tell you guys about this? I was sitting... in the section. So you know how they have that, like, I don't know what they call it, Dodger Nation, Dodger Mafia, something like that. And And they like all crowd into a stadium together. They put out hype videos, whatever. I accidentally sat directly in front of those guys. And it was the game that Roman Anthony doubled off of Kershaw. And they love Freddie Freeman, dude. Every time Freddie got up, the whole section, Freddie, the entire at-bat. And every time he struck out, the entire section would go dead silent, and it was awesome. It was awesome. But the best game I went to this year, my fiance works for a sporting company, and they work with the Red Sox, and they gave away these tickets, and they were directly, I mean, a row up from home plate. Like, I was on the field. That was the craziest experience in terms of sitting that I've ever had at Fenway Park. Like, it was unbelievable. You genuinely would not believe how big these guys are in person. Like you could sniff the grass, man. You could sniff the grass. I went to opening day. That was cool. One thing that I thought was cool this year was that there was a lot of people who came up to me this year. I thought that was cool. Last year I saw it once in a while, but it was like almost every other game where it'd be like, "Hey man, are you Red Seat?" And then we'd have a conversation for a little bit. I really like that. If you guys ever see me out, please come up and say something. I'd love to talk to some of you guys about just baseball and life and get to know you a little bit, because sometimes it does get weird for me where I'm sitting here and it's like. Like, I'll sit here and you guys are just names on a screen, right? But you'll say the name in person. I'll be like, okay, now I can match. Like, Spencer. I met Spencer opening day. I don't know that he's here, but I now every time I see his name, I'm like, okay, I remember that face. Or like War Wagon Cigars. Like, I met them a few times, and like, so I can put names to faces. Austin. I don't know if Austin's in the chat, right? I could put his face to the name. You know what I mean? It's nice when I'm able to do that. Moral of the story. Or Mad. Mr. Mad. I met him as well. Yeah, exactly, Meek. Have I met anyone who's here right now? I don't know. No. Some of you guys, well, the problem is some of you guys don't tell me who you are when we meet. Ian, no, I don't think so. Nick, the problem, what up for content? The problem is I don't want to say I haven't met you guys, and then I have met you guys, Ah, there's Austin. Austin's here. Yeah, I met Austin quite a few times. Good guy. You met at a Celtics Buck game? Sure haven't. I haven't been to a Celtics game since 2015. That's crazy, Caitlin. You want to try meeting me next season? I've already started planning next season. We're going to do a watch party. Yeah, they have the 2020. They've had the 2026 schedule for Red Sox. They've had that out for like months, I think. I'm pretty sure it's been so long it has Tristan Casas on it, if I'm not mistaken. Ugh. Why? Yeah, it's right here. So we open in Cincinnati, and then we go to the Astros. Man, this is brutal. And then we come home and play the Padres and the Dodgers. Oh my God, dude! This first month, what is this first month? MLB. Let's take a look at this. Right, playoff team missed the playoffs by a tiebreaker. Playoff team should be kind of ass. Playoff team. I don't know what the Orioles are gonna look like next season. Currently in the ALCS. Not looking good, but in the ALCS. I'm very curious about what the Orioles look like next offseason. Oh, good. Playoff team. I don't know what they do. Playoff team. These guys will be interesting. I assume they'll be competitive again next year. I assume we'll be relatively competitive. We're playing a lot of the AL Central the first month of the season. Play a lot of the AL Central, huh? Okay, what is the month? The month loading into the All-Star break is always the time of the year where things get stressful. I'm already stressed out about this schedule, chat. I'm like already fully stressed out about this schedule. I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh my God. Look at how neat this first month is, though. It's like a perfect. You get Thursdays off like the entire month. It's like a perfect 1, 2, like 6 games on away, 6 games home for like the entirety of the month. That's wild. Because like look at how different this one is. Who do we end our season with this year? Next year? Oops. Guardians, Cubs, Rangers, Rays, Guardians, Cubs. Why is it every year? Let me look at the Yankees, dude. Every year the Yankees have a schedule where it's like this year, right? It was the Rays and then the Orioles. Or no, it was the White Sox and the Orioles. We're having a conversation here. We're going to figure this out right now. Like this is what I mean. The Red Sox are playing like two really solid teams to end their season, and the Yankees get the Rays and the Orioles. This last month's a joke. Angels, Rockies, Twins, D-backs, who probably won't be great. Like, how is this possible every year? How is this possible every year? Every year. I'm mad. I'm already mad. Orioles might be good next year. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know what they're going to do. When the Yankees, we play the Yankees early next year, actually. When is Red Sea Radio Night? I don't think we're ever going to see a Red Sea Radio Night at Fenway Park. Why do we have 3 straight seasons without opening day being at home? You know who I bet is opening day at home? This is going to make me angry. Oh, good. Okay. They also start. They have they get the West Coast. Butt cheeks. Yeah, see, we play them early May. Do we think the Rangers are going to be good next year? I kind of think they will. The Yankees just have a cakewalk schedule, man. Wow, we play the Yankees in the first half. How many series do we have with the Yankees in the second half of the season? 1. Wow, dude. The second half of the year, we have 1 series against the Yankees. This is the Yankee schedule, by the way. For those of you who just randomly tuned in. You can be at Fenway Fest next year? Probably. I don't know. I don't know yet. I didn't love it last year, so we'll see. What have you missed so far? 2 giveaways, kid. What do we need to do so the Sox invite you to throw the first pitch? Get me to like 200,000 subscribers, maybe. Alonso's not a Red Sox player. Why? Schwarber? Dude, I get nervous. I'll say this. I don't know if I'm going to get absolutely destroyed for this or not. As much as I love Schwarber, and as much as I think his bat would do a lot for this lineup, I don't know how he fits in with this. Dude, he's so, that is just unbelievable. At 32 years old, that's unbelievable. He's so good. He'd be so fun back in a Red Sox uniform. I just don't know how the Red Sox fit him in here. You can't really put him out in the outfield. Whoever says first base first is getting banned. If someone says first base right now, I'm banning you. Red Sea Radio Night at the Woo Sox? Yeah, I don't think so either. That'd be cool, though. Schwarber only fits if we could trade Yoshida. Agreed. Second base, catcher. I hate you guys. Left field? Dude, no. I don't put him out at. He was good at first base at 22. Nick. Come on now. You know you're wrong. You're rage baiting me. I'm getting rage baited in my own chat by my own people. Dude, he was such a dog this year. Look at him with the Red Sox, dude. He was so good with the Red Sox. Dude had how many home runs? 7 home runs in 41 games. He only had 18 RBIs. That's wild. But he had 957 OPS. God damn. 56 home runs, 132. He has 3 seasons in a row. Let's see his last 3 years. I have so many tabs open on my computer, dude. Since he went to the Phillies, I don't think he ends up leaving Philly. I do think they sit there and they say we can't let this guy go. But I am kind of curious if he does end up like actually being a free agent. Like, dude, it's also kind of crazy that he had 47 home runs and 104 RBIs with an 817 OPS. And hit 197. Like, this is what I would be worried about right here with Kyle. Can you guys see that, actually? Sometimes I forget that my head's on the screen. This is what I'd be worried about right here with Kyle Schwarber, right? This like 218, 197 with 200 strikeouts and 250. Like, the Phillies can make up for that. They got Harper. You had Realmuto. You have Turner, you had legit contact guys, right? But dude, if you went Roman Anthony, Alex Bregman, Kyle Schwarber, that's just an absolutely ridiculous 1, 2, 3. I'm talking myself in to Kyle Schwarber somehow. My entire goal, he had a 343 on base percentage on 197 average. That's unbelievable. I'm talking myself into Kyle Schwarber. You guys are talking me into Kyle Schwarber, I think. Also, I know you guys are seeing the comic book advertisements. Has anyone read Absolute Batman? Is anyone caught up with Absolute Batman? They both played every single game. Pete had more hits and a higher average. Dude, Kyle Schwarber sold 10 bags. Give me Kyle Schwarber, man. I don't know where you fit him. I've talked myself into Kyle Schwarber somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I talked myself into it. I've fully tied myself into Kyle Schwarber. You'd rather Murakami? Yeah, it'd be fun, man. What's up, Manny? He'll be cheaper. Will he be cheaper? First base, ban him. Do we have a moderator here? Ban him. Put him at third base. Dude, if you make Schwarber your DH, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But then you have the problem of what are you going to do at first base? Like, again, I love Tristan Casas. I want Tristan Casas to be good on the Boston Red Sox. But you can't come here and you can't come here into 2026 and assume that Tristan Casas is going to be healthy. Is Romy our first base guy? Yeah, I think Romy's first base temporarily right now. Nate Lowe. The problem with Nate Lowe is you're going to have to pay him like $16 million, right? And then if Casas is healthy, there's no use for Nate Lowe. That's two of the exact same player, essentially, right? But Casas is younger and has a higher potential. So I don't know. Mikey Romero is very good. I love Mikey Romero. Would rather have Schwarber over Kyle? What? The more you go over these stats, the more in love I am with Murakami. Yeah, I agree, Michael. I totally agree. John, that was a weird thing to say. That was an unbelievably weird thing to say. Especially just throwing in Cubans there, John. Like people, like this is just it feels like blatant racism if we're being honest, right? Like you had one of, if not the best closers in Major League Baseball this season. You're sitting there and you're like, yeah, Cubans don't work out. Like why? Because of one Rusney Castillo contract. John, let me ask you something. Should the Red Sox never sign a third baseman again of Pablo Sandoval's contract? Never sign a third baseman again. Genuinely. I'm waiting for the answer, John. Or let me ask you this, John. Should the Red Sox never sign an outfielder again because they signed Carl Crawford? Should they never do either of those again? Hey, thanks a lot, Clutch. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Look, I'm genuinely curious. Like that's going to be my argument every time someone goes, well, the Red Sox should never sign a Japanese player again. Why? Why? Because you don't like the Masataka Yoshida contract? Guys, the Red Sox aren't going to hit enough. I just don't think enough of those players. I just think we don't enough about these players when we get them. So, John, if you were the Red Sox, you wouldn't want, say, Suzuki on your team, Shohei Ohtani on your team. You wouldn't want Yamamoto on your team. You wouldn't want Shota Managa on your team. You wouldn't have wanted Uehara, Koji in the 2013 World Series. You wouldn't have wanted that guy on your team. You wouldn't have wanted Yu Darvish. You wouldn't have wanted Ichiro Suzuki, right? You wouldn't have wanted those guys because you just don't know enough about them. You understand, John, that's how baseball works. You sign these guys without watching them play in professional sports. Right? Every draft pick you've never seen play at the major league level. Every Dominican player you sign, we have not seen at the major league level. Every Korean player, literally every player you sign ever, unless it's a proven major league free agent, but I'm talking any amateur player, you've never seen them play at the major league level. But specifically these guys, because of one Masataka Yoshida contract, you're like, I'm good. John, you're collectively putting two entire countries into one contract on each side. That's what you're doing, right? You're talking Rusney Castillo, you're talking Masataka Yoshida, but you're ignoring completely Aroldis Chapman. You're ignoring completely Koji. You're ignoring completely every other Japanese player that's incredible over here. Just because of those two. Daisuke, you won a World Series with Daisuke on your roster. We're going to put Daisuke in the same category? That's insane. That's unbelievable. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sawamura you picked up off of a DFA, didn't you? Yeah, you still won a World Series. You still won a world like we're gonna argue with a World Series. That's ridiculous. Angel Hernandez, shouldn't you be enjoying retirement? And Sawamura was actually solid. Murakami's strikeout rate last year in Japanese baseball was 29.5. What was Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso's strikeout rate this year? Because these are guys everyone wants, right? I mean, I'm not saying I don't want them either. I want to see, do they have their strikeout rates just readily available on here? Of course not. Let me go over here. We'll go back. Well, let's see what Kyle Schwarber did this year. Oh, 2% less. 30%. 30%. 28.5%. 27.2%. That's pretty high. So you don't want this guy either because he's a high strikeout rate? What about Big Meat Pete, huh? 22%, 24%, 22%. Like, Pete's a little bit different, but you can't say you want Kyle Schwarber, but also say you don't want Murakami. Murakami's younger. He'll be better over time. Do we have any? I can't show him on screen, I don't think, Damian. I get demacked. Didn't Schwarber help the younger players with strikeouts? I don't know, dude. That's crazy. There's no way that's true. I don't think that can be true, right? I don't know. Whatever. All right, chat. Here's what I wanted to do. To finish off the night. All right, so the official MLB shop. There we go. We probably do we want the one with no numbers or numbers? There's a few options here. We got a few options. We're getting an official one for you guys. Lucas. I didn't want to miss this. Let's see what it said. 199 super chat. Thank you for everything this season. Gonna rewatch. Hey Lucas, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here. Game order, no dice. You guys trying to bankrupt me? Lucas, not 100 trillion years. I wouldn't. No. So we got a few options here, and we are giving away one of these to one of you guys. Yeah, not 100 trillion years. That's correct. Maybe that's not short enough. Maybe 100 trillion billions of years. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, but regardless, we're going to be giving away. These are kind of cool, huh? The Roman era begins. Some signed bats, a signed helmet. First MLB home. He's giving away his first MLB hit. That's crazy. He's not going to keep that? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I apologize. All right. Anyways, we are giving away a Roman Anthony jersey to end the night. It looks like it's red, white, or yellow. Or you could tell me you want to wait until the greens, and when the greens come out, I'll buy you a green one. All right. Are you ready? Lucas, thank you for becoming a member as well. Thank you so much. Here we go. You ready? We're changing this. Don't everyone start typing auto. Keyword if you guys want to win one of these jerseys. Hold on. I feel like a master computer wizard when I'm doing these streams. All right. Giveaway. All right. Keyword Roman. Keyword is Roman. A lot of you guys, I think, were already entered before, too. What's up, Joey? It's ROMAN, TJ. ROMAN. TJ? TJ. Brother, you're spamming the wrong thing. Spamming doesn't work to begin with. I need you to spell it the right way. TJ. ROMAN. AN. Yes, TJ. He's in. Spamming does nothing, though. Stop spamming it. Everyone give TJ a round of applause. Proud of you, buddy. All right, last chance to win a Roman Anthony Red Sox jersey. Three, two. Oh, that's great, Mike. Keep us updated. 1. Christian Jonathan. Christian Jonathan, are you still in here? If you are, I need you to type a message. You get 1 minute. Actually, we'll give you... Yeah, we'll do a minute. Whatever. Christian. Good, some claps in the chat for Christian. Congratulations, my friends. Whoa, Christian. All right, you do that. Christian, I need this right here, brother. Send this all to me. Right here. All right, well, we now have tomorrow's video, chat. Did you guys just see that? Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Bregman officially opting out of his deal. Christian, make sure you send all this information to me and we can get it over. When's the next live stream? I'm thinking next year. Or next week probably. Not necessarily bad news. I agree. We'll definitely talk about it tomorrow, but let's just take a look at this while we're at it here. Alex Bregman will be opting out of his current Red Sox deal, sources say, and is off his fine first year in Boston. There could be an extra suitor or two, including one surprise team mentioned below, although Boston still seems like a logical fit. Interesting. Hold on 1 second, chat. We're going to talk about this for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk about it in detail tomorrow. All right, Bregman's, yeah, that's fine. But the field should include more teams, making it easy call to opt out of his deal. Tigers the most obvious. Jays and Mariners are among other possible fits, but there could be some surprise teams. All right. Well, I mean, not exactly shocking, right? I think we all kind of figured he was going to opt out. I thought maybe there'd be a world in which he wouldn't opt out, but I'm not surprised at all that he didn't, right? I think that makes all the sense in the world. Just sucks that now we got to sweat this out in free agency for those of you who want Alex Bregman back. Did I get your email? Let me look, Christian. Yep. Yes, I have everyone's information, by the way, for the winners. Yeah, I was curious if you'd opt out or not. We'll see. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. I don't think it's anything crazy, but going to be something the Red Sox going to have to figure out. When's the next giveaway? We'll probably do 1 or 2 more. Probably a little bit basketball, because this is a pretty big giveaway. I mean, this was probably about $500 in giveaway stuff. So I think Story will be opting out. I don't think Story opts out. I'm very, very curious to see how this ends up going. Very, very curious to see what his market looks like and whatnot. Milliken, I think, summarized that article. Astros and Tigers. Pay respects to 2007 Josh Beckett. Why? Let's see what the comments are here. All right, so people aren't happy with it. I mean, again, to me, this isn't so much. I think a lot of people are going to say this is about money, right? I think a lot of people are going to say this is about money, or this is about, getting paid more. I think this is about. I generally think this is about him wanting security. So we'll see. Thoughts on a contract and what it looks like? I've always said I think his long-term deal will end up being around 26, 27, and it'll probably be about 4 or 5 years. That'd be my guess. We'll see, though. Interesting. Really, really interesting. We're definitely talking about that. We're definitely going to be talking about that tomorrow, for sure. He wants 5 to 6 year range. Dude, I give Alex Bregman 5 years, $27, $28 million a year, every day of the week. Every day of the week. I'd give him a 5-year deal with a team or player or mutual option, whatever, at the end of 6. Or for 6. No question. I mean, you were already planning on paying him $80 million for the next 2 years. What's $130-ish million for 5 years? You know what I mean? Just money at the end of the day. I think he's too valuable. I think you gotta have him on this team. Well, we'll see how it goes. He's gonna get 30 plus. You have to think on the market. I don't know, dude. He was injured. So the difference is his last 2 years. So his last 2 seasons, he was injured, right? I mean, he played 155 games in 22, 161 in 23, and then 145 in 24 and 114 in 25. Right? I think that's absolutely. I mean, 21, he only had 91 games too. So you sit there and it's like, I don't know. I don't know that at what? 31 years old, he's going to be 32 next year. So you're paying for his 32 through potentially 37 season, right? I don't know that you sit there and say this is going to be easily a $30 million plus player. I don't know. His plan is get paid less to spread the. If that was the point, they would have just reworked his contract. Fairly weak, yeah. I'd say fairly. A lot of the players in the free agent market are older too, so I don't know. This is gonna be an interesting conversation to have, I think. Good. I just got stressed. I definitely just got stressed, but we all kind of knew that was gonna happen. So. We will see, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note, I shall bid you adieu, folks. Again, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. I appreciate you guys a lot for that. It's still wild to say that out loud. It really is. Love and Amy. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, I mean, I just like I said in my video, man. I don't know. It's just so unbelievably cool. When I started this channel, like I started as a hobby, man. I never really thought it would grow into anything crazy. I just sort of did it because I had no one to talk Red Sox with. You know, me and my fiance had just moved into Massachusetts. I knew nobody in Massachusetts in the middle of COVID, and all I wanted to do was talk ball with you guys. Um, and so the fact that 20,000 of you guys want to talk ball with me every day is pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the giveaways today. I'm sorry if I could give something to every one of you guys, I would. Unfortunately, I can't, but I just wanted to say thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be talking Alex Bregman for sure because that is definitely the biggest conversation we're gonna have. And then we'll talk about probably Friday. We'll talk about or Thursday. We'll talk about the what that those people leaving. But regardless, thank you all for being here and for being here every day, man. I truly, 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 it's humbling how cool this community is. It really is. So thank you very much for being here, and I will see you in the Red Sea.